Alright lads, welcome to the macro video, the ultimate monster macro video, which is going to cover all macros for Frost Decay and Unholy Decay. Every macro probably imaginable. First of all, I'm going to show you what the hell they look like, then, what the hell do they do, and how to use them properly in a PvP environment. First of all, let's go through some CC. This is probably the greatest CC macro in the game. Okay, what it does, if you press it normally, the keybind normally, for instance either it's 5, it will go onto your target, but if you hold shift 5, then it's going to go onto your focus target. Now, you can change the modifier, so it doesn't have to be shift, it can be alt or control. You can also make a separate macro for the focus target if you choose, but I'd recommend to have it this way, so it just takes up less space in your macros and on your bars. It's just a lot easier to use. I have a similar effect for Death Grip. There you go, Death Grip. Basically, you cast this and your focus target will be affected by Death Grip. Yeah, use this to interrupt, casts and things like that. And to also put healers in bad positions so they can be CC'd. Say for instance you're trying to set up a trap, healer's too far away for the trap, grip him in, put him in a stun, and then hunter can trap. GG. Here we have stance macros for both Unholy and Frost. Now whenever you're in Blood Presence, they will cast Unholy Presence. Whenever you're in Holy Presence, they will cast Blood Presence. Very, very simple. I'm going to spam it now, and I just switch between the presences, and it's that simple. I don't have it in a cast sequence macro because cast sequence macros suck. Because sometimes you're in a Holy Presence and you're trying to get into Blood Presence, but it's only showing, it's only showing Unholy Presence. So you're like spamming it, and you're trying to spam Unholy Presence while Unholy Presence doesn't do shit. Here we have the cooldown macros for Unholy, and the Frost ones are here. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to pop your major cooldowns, like for instance Summon Gargoyle, and then it's also going to include your trinkets. Now if you're a human you can just go use 13, use 14, but if you are not a human, I'm pretty sure you are a human, but in game I don't think you're a human. If you're not a human, then you can either use the slot, you can only use one of them, or you can use just the actual link the trinket's name in it. The thing is, the reason why you don't use 13 and 14 is because whenever you pop your cooldowns, you're also going to pop trinket, like the one that pops you out of CC, so you obviously don't want to be doing that. Here we have the ultimate Lichborn healing macro. All it does is you cast it, pops Lichborn, and you keep casting it, and it will do death cause on yourself and you will heal. It's really, really helpful macro. Here we have Mind Freeze at the focus. Sometimes you're in a situation where you're kind of close to a healer and you can see him casting. All you're going to do is you're going to pop this macro sneakily when you're near him and get him in a CC, get him in a spell lock. Really, really easy to do with Mistweaver monks because they have this thing called Soothing Mists. They're just kind of like standing back, chilling there, like, okay, there's no melee on me, I'm kind of fine to just free cast a Soothing Mist, and then suddenly a DK runs over with Dark Flight on, like, and that's it, interrupted, and he's like, what the fuck? Because that cast time is like 10 seconds, and they just free casted there, and it's so easy to interrupt. It's like really, really easy. So definitely use this macro. These macros here basically put like the focus. They put your arena players on your focus target, and they've got them for 1, 2, 3. The reason why you do this instead of just right clicking is because, well, obviously it saves time. A reason why we have it in the first place is simply because sometimes healers go into stealth, like Druid goes into stealth, shadow mode, whatever, priest, spectral geist, and you're like, you're trying to set up some CC, and all of a second you're kind of like, wait, what the fuck, it's not working. Oh, priest isn't on the focus target, why the fuck is that? Oh, we got way into geist. Okay, that's just wasted loads and loads of time because now I need to put him on a focus. This is why you have these macros. As soon as a priest comes back out of stealth, you just pop it, and then there he goes back into focused. Job's a good one. We also have arena 1, 2, 3 macros for Death Grip. This is really just to interrupt CC mostly. You see, healers normally, healer normally complains that, okay, well, it's casting fear at me, you better interrupt it. And you just use macros like this instead of like having to look around on a camera, try and find the lock to Death Grip him. This just saves a massive amount of time. We also have them for Dark Simulacrum, so with my interface I can clearly see which arena player is casting at any time, and I just pop one of these macros to steal some CC. It's definitely gonna change the outcome in arena. Here we have the Cancel Aura macro. the reason why we use this is, for instance, if you're in BOP and you're kind of safe and you want to get rid of it, so you know, go into your buff frame and like dispelling it, you want to just use a macro. Now that's what that does. It also gets you out of ice block when you don't no longer need to be in ice block, you know, for instance when you steal it. The biggest reason you want this really is because of Lichborn. Say if you leave Lichborn on, you get over healing your cannon from it, and then you see a priest casting Shackling Dead, you are fucked, because that is an 8-second snare. Like, you're out the game for a very long time, and that is just lethal. So this macro, all it does is just cancels Lichborn quickly before he pops Shackling Dead. Really helpful. Keybind it, something good, and definitely use it whenever you're against a priest or whatever, and our paladin with Turn Fear. Okay, what we have here is the ultimate healing macro. And what it does is basically you don't need to target a target to pop Chains of Ice. It'll just pop it over a mouse over, so you can be targeting, I don't know, whoever the hell, this guy here, pop Chains of Ice on that this fool, and that fool, and then that fool. Maybe not that fool. But basically, you know, you want to peel your healer, 2 melee, sit in your healer, just spam Chains of Ice on your arena flames. It just saves a lot of time because you don't have to go and individually target them. You know, it's just it's basically, that's what macros do. They just save you massive amount of time. Now, I have similar effects on the focus target, and this is really helpful when you're against a shaman. Now, a shaman have this thing called grounding totem. When they pop it, it will absorb crowd control and stuff. So, but the thing is, you can eat it up, like get rid of it by simply popping a death coil, or perhaps an icy touch. So here I have on the death coil on a focus. I also have Chains of Ice on a focus. You know, just to eat up the grounding totem, so that whoever, you know, maybe you can set up, even you know, you can get your asphyxiate off. Because if you asphyxiate the shaman when it's got grounding up, it's not going to go on the shaman. It's going to go into a grounding totem, and there you go. You just wasted a cooldown. And it's the same, you know, you just want to do that. Say, for instance, if you're just setting up a chain of CC, saves, you know, massive amount of time. You don't have to individually kill the totem. This macro here is Mass Grip at play. Basically, you don't need to target anyone to cast it. It just automatically casts it on yourself, which is where you want it. I also have it on the pet, but that's only really in duels when you want to kite a warrior, for instance. You just pop out your pet, grips them away. I'm going to show you the power of the Mass Grip macro. Let's do it. Let's just do it. I don't know. Let's get a few more mobs first. They're really slow mobs. Here we go, getting ready. And Mass Grip, there we go. All gripped in, cleaving them down. So, you know, it just saves a massive amount of time in RBGs when you need to, you know, Mass Grip them into, what is it called? Solar Beam, Ring of Frost, all that kind of shit. And yeah, I also have the same effects of the burst macro into Dark Transformation. What this does, obviously, just whenever you get in your pet doing more damage, you're going to increase his damage by popping a trinket, and also because your shadow damage is increased when you pop Dark Transformation, so it's really good to pop your trinkets as well, so you're just getting a shitload of damage basically. Now, I'll quickly run through the remaining like mouse over macros before I start talking about pet macros. Basically, I normally have most of my effects on a mouse over rather than, you know, just there on the hotbar, like straight out of the spellbook. This, for instance, Howling Blast is really helpful when you see a load of fools capping a flag. You just dive in there, you spam Howling Blast and you interrupt them all. Like, say for instance you target a druid, okay, he's capping a flag, but maybe he uses Displace a Beast, and or a mage, you know, blinks away from the flag, and you pop Howling Blast at the mage who's blinked away, and so you use it on the mage, but all the other people like capping a flag aren't affected, so it's like a massive waste of time. But with mouse over, you know exactly where you want it. You want it near the flag, you just spam it, and there you go, job is a good one. I also have it for Dark Simulacrum. It's really for those situations where you don't have a target on focus and you just, you know, quickly need to do it. I think I also have it, you know, for Icy Touch. It's like loads of things. And even my Death Grip macro, whereas oh my god, it's actually, no, there it is. I even have it, you know, just for Death Grip. Pretty much every ability. Even Death Siphon will be a good one to have for it. Let's talk about the Death Siphon macro actually. Basically what it does is you spam Death Siphon and it will automatically blood tap, so you can just get more deference for your Death Siphon, and basically just saves a massive amount of time for when you need those heals desperately. Just quickly before we go into the pet macros, a few DKs like assigning /pet attack to pretty much all their abilities. What this does is, like, whenever you switch target, the pet is going to switch much quicker. Anyway, it's an option you can do. The problem is that it's kind of hard to set up CC on a healer. You know, if your abilities are like telling the pet to always attack. It's kind of, you know, awkward when you're trying to get your pet onto some different target, you know, for some CC. Let's talk about all the pet macros now. First of all, we have stun. What it does is just in one macro it will make the pet leap over there and do a stun, and if he's in Dark Transformation, obviously do a charge effect, which is really nice. And then it's also on a mouse over, so you can just do it on anyone. And we also have the focus version, so you just put it on a focus target, interrupt some casts, so the dark charge and all that kind of stuff. What else do we have? We also have pet attack assigned to a different macro, just in case. Also put him on assist, just in case you put him on passive, which is obviously irritating. And this macro here will put him back onto passive. It's really just to stop him from continuously attacking a target dummy, which is really annoying when you're trying to get out of combat and queue for a BG. We also have pet huddle. Say if your pet's been like trained down, you definitely want to pop this, save your pet's life. Pet is very, very important. What else we have? There's loads and loads of stuff. We also have the healing macro. Where is it? Hang on, I'll find it. There we go. Basically what it does is it casts Death Coil at your pet, you know, if just in case it needs healing. I also have here, all it does is it just makes your pet continuously attack the focus target. Sometimes it's helpful just to keep someone in combat, or just to keep the healer pinned down. It's definitely a macro I'd recommend you trying out. This here is an assist macro. Say in RPGs you have to assist somebody else's target, you just put /assist at the start of someone's name. It's very, very simple. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the macro video. All these macros are obviously going to be in the description for your leisure. Just copy and paste them into your own macro thing, and there you go, job's a good one. That is, yeah, that's it. This is the Meta Goblin here. Ciao.
My friend, I can't seem to stand. Nothing changes inside of me. I'm tiredly pushing the limits I built in my system.